Good morning, YouTube fam. It's Dark Angel's Journey, and I'm Shakira. Now, I'm going to start this one off with a bit of. So yesterday on the platform, I had specced out this wedge. Now, I had speculated to myself that it was going to break upwards, right? But I hadn't done anything, in all honesty, to try and trade that, right? I was just trying to do the shorting opportunities yesterday. And I want to take this vid to kind of talk through that. But literally, I woke up and I opened this up just now, and I was like, "Shut the front door, right up to the take profit." Do you see that? It's crazy. Sigh. Oh man. So instead, I was over here taking advantage of these shorting opportunities. But let's take a look at what happened really, right? So I did two things yesterday. Well, I tried to do three things. And let's look at my order details here. So last night, so yesterday, I jumped in for a short at 1547, right? And my take profit was going to be 1527. And that took freaking 10 hours to play out. But guess what I did? An hour an hour before price dropped to my take profit, which we see it did here, what did I do? I closed it at 1542.51 because I got impatient and I didn't let it play out. And so I only took $2 in profit. Still profits, right? But then price bounced back up. Let me switch over this way so I can show it to you really quickly. So then, so here's my first. Well, I had two potentials, right? I had this one here where I could, come all the way down here if it was going to break lower. But then I had this one which ended at this support area at 1525, so 1527, whatever. And so I was, yeah, about 5:45-ish. I was like, you know what? Now let's go back to Big Get real quick and see when I close this. So mad at myself, man. I closed it at 5:05, bruh. 5:05. So then, an hour later, right? An hour and 15 minutes later, it blasted into my take profit like it was going out of style. Look at that. Isn't that crazy? It's crazy. I'm so mad at myself. But ah, that's a part of the problem I'm trying to iron out, right? I've been exiting early since I started this process a few months ago, and I've been slowly trying to work that out. Now, why did I exit? I had no reason to. I was still in profit. I had entered in up here, and price was hanging out down here. So why the heck would I bother? Why didn't I just like move it into profit and then just let it play? No, didn't do that. Anyway, so then we saw the break, and then here's a nice juicy break that happened here. So I expected um price to come back up into this space like this. And of course, remember, price can do whatever the hell it wants, right? So I expected to come back up here into, and I got the fib drawn over here, right? Come back up into this area, bust past this, come into the point 0.7, and then continue back down for another opportunity. Now, just before I went to bed, and here's what I was thinking in my head, right? And I literally had the BitGet account open. And I was like, man, I think my take profit is too far. My stop loss is too far away, and I should like bring it back down because price was hovering, you know, at my entry, which was like 1540.87. And I was like, and then I looked down at the bottom here and I was like, oh, man, they haven't been able to break below this area. Because I'm thinking to myself, I'm going to try and go for 1517 as a take profit, right? But like all day, they've bounced off of this base area. And I was telling myself, why don't you? move your stop loss from all the way up here. I think I had it at 15, like above this guy. No, actually, wow. What? That can't be right. Something that was, wait, let's go look, take a look. Something that was like a 5% or something like that. So hence I lost 11. It exited at 1560. What the heck? So here's a scenario where my stop loss was ill set up, and I was literally adjusting it up and down, up and down. And I was thinking to myself, like, I was like, ooh, um, maybe I should move it here to 1547 because I thought I had it here, 1556. I don't know how it ended up at 1560, but all right, whatever. So I wanted to see how it would play out, and I said, you know what? Stop being crazy, and I left it. And price plopped right back up into what I had spec'd out as my take profit earlier in the day, which I then had, of course, ignored. Who does that? Me, apparently. Anyway, so these are the types of emotions that I'm trying to iron out from my trading experiences, right? Trying to iron it out like it's going out of style. Anyway, so whatever is going on here, I am just somewhat amazed that this scenario, because I was like, you know what, we're making higher lows, even if we're making lower highs, sort of, but they're not that low. And I was like, you know what, most likely it's gonna break up, and that's probably where it's gonna stop. And again, remember the technical thing was like this. That's how I got there. And I was just like, you know what? Let me pop it here. And then voila. Anyway, so what this means for me now is I need to record my losses. And let's jump into, or so far I am in a 9.9 profit. About to destroy that with my $11 gaff of a trade yesterday. Oh, excuse me. I don't know what's going on in my throat here. All right, so I have this entry yesterday morning at 10:16. I do like to start after 10 a.m. when everything's kind of sorted out and price is doing what it needs to do. So let's plop that in here. Oh, hold on. Sorry. Paste that. And oh, I'm gonna have to fix that later. My order of things is not quite right. So it's 11 03 2022. All right. And my exit, let's move this over here just to make it a little easier. And my exit for that was at 5:05. Not quite 10 hours. It felt like 10 hours though. Let's copy that. So 11:03, 5:05. So let's add that in. Because I want to also be able to use this to determine how long it actually took for me to get through this trade, right? And make sure I have all these notes. So that was Thursday. That was Thursday, as of yesterday. And this was Big Get ETH. And why did I enter, right? So strong break. And we can take a look at the original, the first, right? So we had a strong break in the area. Uh, Juicy break right here with the dragon fruit. And I also had a breaker block. So I had a strong break. I had the dragon fruit breaker block, and it's in the support and resistance area. Man, that was some good confluences, right? Oh man, so that's why this one worked, right? The other one didn't have as much stuff. Um, so let's be clear about why we exited. Exited early due to impatience. Should have moved stop loss into profit if I was concerned, right? And let it ride. Because at least that way, if I get to my profits, happy days. If I don't, then it's all good. So I entered in this one at 1549. I think entry was 1540. Oh, was that right? Open short? Yeah, 1547.21. Okay. Price did oscillate further up, which didn't bother me at the time. So I don't know why, while I'm still in profit, that this opposite thing would bother me. But there we have it, 21. And I exited at 1542, 51, which is terrible. Now, this is something that we need to do um, consistently. So let's see, 1542.21. And my actual was set to 1527. Can you believe that? And what was my lot size for this one? It was 0.43. Okay. 0.43. So that's my 215. Now for the pain. The pain of silliness. Okay, you guys. The pain of silliness. So entered into another short, and this was later in the evening. And, in all honesty, I probably should not have done this entry because I only had the dragon fruit and it was below the support area. But, I keep seeing this stuff repeating over and over again. So I just assumed. And it also had a breaker block attached to it as well. So, but that goes to show that just because you have all these different confluences, that it doesn't necessarily have to work. What really messed me up with this one is that I wasn't available to watch it more closely, right? Like this one, I was watching like pretty closely for the entry, and I think I looked at the 5 minute for confirmation for this guy, for this entry. We had all these strong red candles. So I was like, I felt comfortable entering here. If I'd gone in the 5 minute for this one, for this entry, I would have felt most uncomfortable with this behavior. This behavior dropped well into my space and then just kept hanging out under there. This behavior just kind of kept me in the red the whole time and then stopped me out. But I was asleep like an idiot. Oh, well, we can't blame the markets for this sort of thing, okay? My decision, my loss, my issue. But no joke, if I was awake and we saw this nice run up to this area here, a little consolidation underneath it, hell yeah, would have taken along from here. That's a great plan. Right back up, see? And I'd marked out the next area. And look at that, man. Look at that beautiful thing, man. Beautiful. Beautiful long on that one. But anyway, back to the documenting of this silliness that I jumped into yesterday. Somehow, when TradingView went to open my next trade, which was at 0.61, it cut it up in two pieces. I guess only some people were willing to get this much, and then some people were willing to get that much. Who knew? Okay, so this one started at 9:03. So I've decided that I'm not going to be trading after 9, because by the time anything goes to any kind of fruition, that means that I can't, unless the setup is so perfect and it's timed and I can see it before like I go to bed, then there's no point in me doing anything because I can't actually get the confirmations that I need just to stay in those trades. So I'm just gonna use this start time and to document it because I'm not gonna do them separately. So that was like 21:03, and then we exited with our hands in our heads. At 1:51 a.m. is when they stopped me out. That's when Asia came in and did its thing. It was like, you know what, forget you, okay. Oh man. I'm gonna say this ended out in on Thursday. So this also had a strong break. I'm gonna just copy this down and remove the SR area, and got stopped out. Did not stay to get confirmation for entry. Um, consider not trading, not entering, entering into a new trade um, before bed. And these notes are things that I'm gonna be rereading over and over again. So this entry is like 15, 40, 87, because I was watching that one. And my take profit was set to 15.17, and I got stopped out at 15.16. And I had 0.61 on that one. So $11. So survey says I am in a negative. Oh shit, not quite. I have 48 cents in profit so far. Oh man. Ah. Anyway, so the moral of the story is I've just learned a very good lesson. Two lessons, really, as I'm thinking about what I did yesterday, right? One other thing. Let me dip over to my Bitcoin, right? So yesterday I also had a similar setup for Bitcoin, right? And I had multiple confluences. My problem was this. It never actually, so we have this juicy, sorry, let me back up here. Where was it? Here we zoom in here. Haha. So I had wanted an entry somewhere in this space right here, 15, actually 15,318. This one right here. And what really pissed me off is that I set my stop limit order that if it saw, hold on, and we can go back to Big and see this in real time here because I canceled the order. Okay, where's my order history? Can I see the canceled orders? Close. Nope. Okay, that's weird. I thought I could see the open orders. But anyway, so for Bitcoin, I had set an order um yesterday around here, right? So there was this nice juicy break right here. And I was like, okay, so once it gets back up to like 297, I can get into an entry and then get out at like, 20,100, which I think corresponds to this thing right here. Actually, no, sorry, my bad. I hadn't drawn it all the way down. Yeah, down here. Because I was looking at like a 0.05 like entry right there. But anyway, that didn't work out. And now I need to clean this up. Because look, my next option was I saw this come up here, it reversed right down perfectly, came back up, and it did go to the point two entry, well, point three, but never made it down to point two. And again, same scenario happened here. If I had entered on the second retracement, which I didn't because I wasn't looking at Bitcoin, that I also would have been stopped out. But my first two in the morning were good. My second two, if I group in Bitcoin, would have been bad. Anyway, so how long are we in here? 18 minutes. All right, we're gonna cut this one short, but I wanted to share my lessons learned on these two trades and to also show you that it's really important to keep good notes on why you entered, exited into the trade. All right. So it's Friday. Y'all enjoy yourselves. Shakira out.